The United States, with a population of 334 million, exhibits a notably disproportionate distribution. Over half of all Americans reside in just 9 states, which together occupy only 21% of the country's land mass. This video explores why these states are so densely populated. Let's dive in. North Carolina. North Carolina, despite being the 28th largest state by area, is home to over 10.7 million residents. This significant population can be attributed to a booming economy, affordable living, and a warm climate. Historically, North Carolina was mostly rural until 1990, with most residents living on small farms. However, over the past 70 years, rapid industrialization in its mid-sized cities like Charlotte has driven its growth. Charlotte, the state's largest city, is the 23rd most populous metro area, illustrating the state's growing urban population. The state's diverse terrain, which was less suited for plantations, led to a reliance on small family farms. While these farms are less populated compared to cities, they are denser than many rural areas, contributing to the state's overall population growth. Today, North Carolina hosts 8 metropolitan areas with populations over 400,000 and has never recorded a population decrease in any U.S. census. Georgia. Georgia, similar in population and area to North Carolina, has a distinct development history. Initially established in 1733 as a military buffer, Georgia had a small population until slavery's introduction, which boosted its agricultural economy. The cultivation of cotton, indigo, and rice led to a population surge. By the eve of the Civil War, Georgia's population had grown to over 1 million. However, the end of slavery led to economic challenges. Atlanta. A small railroad town that rebuilt after the Civil War, became Georgia's capital and a major transportation hub. The city's growth was further propelled by the civil rights movement and the 1996 Olympics. Today, the Atlanta metro area, with a population of 6.24 million, houses 57% of Georgia's total population of 10.91 million. Ohio. Ohio's population distribution reflects a broader American trend of urbanization. With 11.76 million residents, Ohio has 55 metropolitan areas with populations exceeding 1 million. Major cities like Cincinnati and Cleveland played crucial roles in the nation's industrialization. Cincinnati, once America's port capital, became a significant hub due to its central location on the Ohio River and its connections to the East Coast via canals. Cleveland rose as a manufacturing center, becoming the nation's oil capital and a major player in automobile and airplane assembly lines. Despite a decline in these cities' prominence, Ohio remains a major state with a diverse population spread across multiple metropolitan areas. Illinois. Illinois, the 6th most populous state with 12.58 million residents, is largely influenced by Chicago. Despite its flat, rural landscape, Chicago, the 3rd largest U.S. city, has a metro population of 9.27 million, representing 75% of Illinois's residents. Chicago's growth can be traced back to its strategic location on Lake Michigan and its role as a transportation hub with the opening of the Illinois and Michigan Canal in 1848. The city became a major center for meatpacking, lumber, grain and steel, rapidly growing from a small settlement in 1840 to the nation's 2nd largest city by 1890. Although Chicago's population has declined in recent decades, its historical significance and urban dominance continue to shape Illinois's demographics. Pennsylvania. Despite its relatively small size, Pennsylvania has a population of nearly 13 million. This is largely due to its historical significance and industrial development. Philadelphia, the state's largest city, was a crucial center during the early years of the United States, hosting the Continental Congress and serving as the nation's capital until 1800. The 19th century industrial boom, particularly in textile manufacturing, contributed to Philadelphia's population growth. Pittsburgh also played a major role as the steel capital of the world. Although Pennsylvania has experienced population decline, its historical and industrial legacy continues to influence its demographics. New York. New York, the fourth most populous state, owes much of its population to New York City. With a metro population of nearly 19.56 million, New York is a major center of finance, media, and culture. New York City's growth began with its advantageous location on a deep water harbor and key waterways like the Hudson River. The Erie Canal further boosted its status as a major port and trade center. The city's growth was accelerated by immigration and industrialization, making it the largest U.S. city by the early 20th century. Despite some recent population decline, New York continues to be a major urban center. New Jersey and Massachusetts. New Jersey and Massachusetts, although small in size, also contribute to the U.S. population density. New Jersey, the most densely populated state, has a population of 9.26 million. Its location between New York City and Philadelphia has led to a high concentration of residents in its suburbs and satellite cities. Massachusetts, with a population of 6.98 million, is heavily influenced by Boston, which accounts for 70% of the state's population due to its strong economy. New Jersey's high population density is due to its proximity to major cities, while Massachusetts's population is concentrated in and around Boston. Florida. Florida, the third most populous state, with 22.24 million residents, experienced significant population growth post-World War II. Initially sparsely populated due to its harsh climate, Florida saw a population boom with the advent of affordable air conditioning and its appeal as a warm, low-cost living destination. The state's growth was further fueled by the opening of Disney World in 1971 and its status as a major tourist destination. Florida's current population growth is driven by both domestic migrants from colder states and international immigrants. Texas. Texas, the second most populous state with 30.3 million residents, saw significant growth due to its large size and natural resources. Following its admission to the Union in 1845, Texas became a hotspot for ranching and farming. The discovery of oil in 1901 transformed the state's economy and led to rapid urbanization in cities like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin. Texas's population grew rapidly from the 1980s onward, driven by economic opportunities, a mild climate, and suburban expansion. It is projected to become the most populous state within the next 2 decades. California. I know. California is the most populous state, with nearly 38.94 million residents. Its growth began with the gold rush in 1848, which led to its swift admission to the Union. The discovery of oil and the rise of industries such as film and technology further accelerated its population growth. By 1950, California was the second most populous state, and it became the largest state just 12 years later. Today, California's population is almost equivalent to that of Canada, despite Canada's significantly larger land area. This overview highlights why these 9 states, despite their varying sizes and histories, have become major population centers in the U.S. If you enjoyed this deep dive into American demographics, be sure to like and subscribe for more insights.